Welcome, mortals, to MythLOLogy, where I recite the myths and legends of various cultures in a humorous light. Today, we will be heading to the land of the rising sun. In fact, we will be talking about the rising sun and her brother, the raging sea. Amaterasu and Susanoo, respectively, were indeed siblings with a challenging relationship. Anyway, one day, Susanoo got drunk and partied after achieving a great victory. Like you do. What that victory was over is a whole other video. But the important thing is, in pure rock star fashion, old Susan tore stuff up, including destroying his sister's rice fields, taking a dump in her palace. Wait, what? Look, I know life's not easy for a boy named Sue, but come on. Anyway, he eventually flayed a horse alive and threw it about, hitting one of Amy's weaving maidens, killing her. Well, after Sue hurt her feelings, her land, and her servants, Amy was understandably having enough of her brother being a big, mean, doo-doo head frat boy, and Amaterasu sealed herself in a mountain cave called the Ama no Iwato, or Heaven Rock Cave Door. I apologize for mispronunciating Japanese words, but yeah. Anyway, she sealed herself in a cave, locked the door, which was a big boulder. Yeah. And you just know that she was blasting Linkin Park in there. Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Anyway, with her being, the sun, this plunged heaven and earth into total darkness. The other gods had to figure out how to get Amy back out there before we all froze to death in darkness. There were many ideas pitched until Omonakane, the god of wisdom, was like, guys, I got this. And so the gods gathered up Tokoyo birds and caused them to cry out loud. They uprooted masakaki trees, tied long strings of magatama beads to the branches, and in the middle branches they hung a large mirror. On the lower branches, they suspended white and blue nikite cloth. I don't know. All of those objects were held by Futotama no Mikoto as a solemn offering, as Ama no Koane intoned a solemn liturgy. Ama no Taijikakaro no Kami stood concealed behind the door, while Ama no Uzume no Mikoto, oh Lord, bound up her sleeves with a cord of heavenly Hikage vine, tied around her head a headband of the heavenly Masake vine, bound together bundles of sasa leaves to hold in her hands, and overturning a bucket before the heavenly rock cave door, stomping resoundingly on it, she then danced and stripped as 800 other gods laughed at once. Now, Amaterasu was surprised that everyone seemed so happy without her, and asked what was going on. Ame no Uzume answered that they were celebrating because another god greater than her had just appeared. And this, of course, upset Amy, and she was like, no one's outshining me, I'm the damn sun, and decided to go check on her competition. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. These names, I tell you. When she peeked out, Ama no Koane and Futodama brought out the mirror, and Amaterasu saw herself. While stunned, Ama no Tachikaro took her hand, pulled her out of the cave, They immediately sealed the door behind her so she couldn't go back in, and thus light was restored to the world. As punishment for his unruly conduct, Susanoo was then driven out of Takamagahara by the other gods. Going down to Earth, he arrived in the land of Izumo, where he killed the monstrous serpent Yamata no Urochi to rescue the goddess Kushina Dahamine, who he eventually married. From the serpent's carcass, Susanoo found the sword Ame no Murakumo no Shirugi, or the Sword of Gathering Clouds of Heaven, also known as the Kusanagi no Tsurugi, the grass-cutting sword, which he then presented to Amaterasu as a reconciliatory gift. And so, Susanoo the sailor man learned a valuable lesson. If your sister is the sun, don't tick her off to the point of going emo, or you will doom all life on Earth. And thus ends this tale of Amy and Sue. Maybe we will hear more from these two in another story, but for now, I have to go untwist my tongue after all of these hard-to-pronounce Japanese names. I'll see you all next time on MythLOLogy.